What's going on, man? I'm just gonna vent about a couple things. You know, excuse me if I have some pauses, long pauses. Because I'm just thinking. Off the fly right now. And what I wanted to talk about was, and I want to know if other people's experiencing the same thing too. Because I know everybody is targeted at different levels. But one thing, when I first started getting targeted, I was second guessing myself a lot. But usually I was right about the things that I was seeing. And when you living in in an apartment, man, they're gonna flood the whole apartment with perps, man. Especially if you're living in the city, like me. And one thing you're gonna notice a lot of people just coming in and out, man. Different people coming in and out of their apartments. It's gonna be random people, man. And that's one thing I was noticing when I was out there in Los Angeles. It was different people coming in and out the apartments constantly, man. On my floor. It was one guy that was living there particularly, but then I started noticing people just coming in and out. I'm like, yo, this is way too many people, man, just for this apartment. And it was kind of like they were taking shifts, and it's like they have like CIA safe houses, man, in these apartment complexes where these guys can move from apartment to apartment complex to apartment complex and just set up there and just I don't know, and just watch you, man. Even in my apartment right now, this apartment complex, the whole entire apartment is watching me, man. And this is not for you sheep, man. This is for the target individuals only that understand what I'm talking about, man. You sheep and you other coon niggas, you guys, this ain't for you. But yeah, man. They got like CIA, stash houses, in the apartments, and I feel like, the government or whoever, they pay for these complexes for these people, because I notice a lot of these people they're not working, man. They're always at home. Well, they're really not working, man. And another thing I notice is how I get like white flashes in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? And people say like, yo, they have the ability to see through your eyes, and I don't know how true that is, man. I don't know how true that is, because I don't I don't have access to the technology, of course, but I do get like white flashes, and that never happened before. Until I got put into this program. So it's kind of like somebody's taking a picture, you get like a white flash. But I don't know if anybody else gets that. So I just want to know. So I'm just putting it out there, and another thing too I noticed too is like, they do follow you with drones. They do have that capability, but the only way you're gonna see it is at nighttime. Of course, you can't see the drones during the day. You can't see the drones during the day at all, because of course it's too bright. And at nighttime, the only way you're gonna be allowed to see it is if it has to be a clear night, at night with no clouds in the sky, And that's how I believe, they're really tracking us, because a lot of their movements is pretty precise, man, And I sometimes I think to myself like, yo, how are they, how are they moving so precisely, And it's not that they could necessarily read your mind. They're just studying your movements, I think, and they're placing people in all your known locations. They study where you go, and they place people in all your known locations, So every time I come out, it's gonna be these slime balls in the store. It's gonna be these slime balls, across the street. It's gonna be these slime balls on every single way. As soon as I come out my house to where if I turn, I'm gonna encounter one of these, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? These slime balls, man. So yeah, you know. And another thing that they're doing, man, of course I'm being consistently drugged, you know what I mean, when I go into restaurants, you know, and, you know, I just want to say, like, I never done a drug a day in my life, you know. I've never been arrested, you know what I mean, besides the time that they, you know what I mean, they broke into my freaking room, you know what I mean, and spiked my drink, and the police came and arrested me that night, you know what I mean, to try to cover everything up in Los Angeles. But yeah, I never done a drug a day in my life, man. So what they've been doing is every time, you know, my family members leave the house, they've been gassing the room. And when I say gassing, they're gassing it with something to where, you know, I'm losing my breath and I could just fall unconscious, you know what I mean? So I really have to stay, you know what I mean? I have to stay alert, and I have to make sure that, you know, people are in the house and I don't fall asleep. You know, I don't fall asleep by mistake and everybody's gone, because either way they could gas the room, and I feel like that's one of the ways that they're trying to take me out. You know what I mean? And like I said, this is not for you. This is not for you, sheep, man. I'm telling you, this is what they're doing to me, and I believe that this is how they kill a lot of these celebrities too, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They pretty much just gas the room. They be like, oh yeah, he died in this hotel. You know, that's what they're doing to me. You know what I'm saying? And I think one of the angles that they're trying to push is like, oh yeah, you know, he died of this. You know what I mean? Cause look at these drugs that were in his system. You know what I mean? But I've never done a drug a day in my life, man. I mean, because they've been drugging me. Like I said, when I go to in different restaurants, man, they be putting things in my food. You know, of course, you know, TIs go through that. And I feel like the angle that they're gonna try to do, you know, is pin it on my mom's, because, you know, she was putting stuff in my food too. So like, if something do happen to me, they're gonna pull the angle of like, oh yeah, you know what I mean, he did complain and say his mom was putting stuff in his food, you know what I mean. But they're all in on it, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, you know what I mean, I really don't even care, you know. You know what I mean, what you sow is what you're gonna reap for them. You know what I mean? Because you guys try to come and get at me. You know what I mean? And you guys, Satan, Satan's gonna deal with you too. Satan's gonna deal with you guys too that wanted to seek revenge on me, man. You know what I mean? Because he don't give a damn about none of you guys. You know? So yeah, they gotta do their master's bidding, man. And then, you know, that's just basically, you know what I mean, things that I've been noticing, man. So they could, I feel like they could basically see when you're being harassed on the street, I believe, you know what I mean, when these guys come up and, you know, and they want to walk close to you, you know what I mean, do whatever they got to do. You know what I mean, they could basically see when you're being harassed on the street by the drones, of course. You know, and that's what I feel like that's another reason why these guys stay in line too, because, I mean, they could see them and they could probably hear them, you know what I mean, through our phones, of course. You know what I mean? It's a sick program, man, but you know what I mean? I'm enduring, man, you know what I mean? I'm enduring hardness like a good soldier, like the Most High said to. I mean, that's why I really like, you know what I mean, the Metal Gear Solid. I like Big Boss, man. Big Boss, Snake. You know what I mean? They warriors, man. They fight hard, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's basically what I've been noticing, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you know, they basically got one more thing. It's kind of like what Myra May pointed out, you know. I don't know if anybody watched the testimony of Myra May. He said that they had a beam pointed at his head. You know what I mean? And that's what they have pointed at my head, you know what I mean, 24/7. Like, I have a, you know what I mean, they're trying to annoy me, keep me in a state of discomfort. I mean, so they have a beam pointed at my head 24/7, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, but I'm just enduring, man. You know, I'm enduring. You know what I mean? I got a lot left in the tank, man. The most, every time I go empty, the most it fills me up. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just showing my strength, man. That's all I'm doing, man. I mean, I've been hit with everything, man. The directed energy. You know what I mean? I've been hit with that for about, what? When I first got to New York, I got hit with that joint 6 days in a row, I think. You know what I mean? Crap dehydrates you. You know what I mean? You get muscle spasms, twitches, like all that, man. You know what I mean? But I'm still here, man. Lord willing, man. You know what I mean? You know, I still got work to do for the Most High. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna keep pushing no matter what, man. You know what I mean? Freaking, you know what I mean? This is the first time in my life, well, I mean, I haven't been able to work. You know what I mean? They shut me down on everything. I mean, they pretty much want me to become one of them. You know, become a perp, become a gangstalker or whatever. That ain't for me, man. I don't like people telling me what to do. I mean, and it's not, and I mean in the sense is like, I mean it in the sense is like, I can't follow orders. You know, I'm not rebellious in the fact that I don't like to follow orders. You know, I can't follow orders. You know, I was in the military. You know, I've never been in trouble. I follow orders well, but not this crap, man. You know what I mean? This crap is bull crap. Man. These guys got to get up all odd hours of the night and do, and hell no, this ain't for me, man. You know what I mean? I'd rather be homeless, you know what I mean, than to join these guys, man. I'd rather die. You know? But yeah, man, that ain't for me, man. This ain't for me at all. But yeah, man, they shut me down, man. Ain't really nothing moving, but you know what I mean? I keep my faith in the Most High, man. I mean, I know He's gonna guide me through everything, and yeah, you know, joining these guys, man. Even when I came to New York, I mean, if you watch one of my earlier videos, you know what I mean? I believe it was one of the handlers. He sat down, and he was talking to me, trying to get me to join. And I told him I ain't gonna do it, man. And he told me, you know what I mean? He told me to my face, you know what I mean? He said, "Yo, you a strong dude, man." You know, he told me you a strong dude. He said a lot of men in your situation, you know, they would have crumbled, you know, and that's like a compliment, man. You know what I mean? Coming from the side of the wicked, you know what I mean? So why would I join you guys, man? You know what I mean? If your own people gave me, you know what I mean, big me up, you know what I mean? Why would I join you guys? And that's like, you know what I mean? You know, you have two enemies that hate each other, but they still have a mutual respect. You know what I mean? They still have a mutual respect for each other as time goes on. You know. And to you guys that's participating in it, yeah, they don't respect you niggas, man. I wouldn't respect you guys. You know what I mean? You trying to tell me after all this crap they did to me, I'm gonna sit down here and join them? You out your damn mind. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm like those men in the at the end of 300. I mean, they didn't bow down to them, to you know what I mean? To that fake God. You know what I mean? They died. You know what I mean? And they could have submitted. They could have submitted to him. You know what I mean? Oh, you ever seen the movie 300 with the Spartans? You know what? They could have submitted to that guy, but they didn't. You know what I mean? It was more honor in dying, man. You know what I mean? And that's something that these guys don't understand. You know what I mean? Because when you stand before the Most High, when I stand before the Lord, you know what I mean? I mean, we all got a lot to answer to, man. You know, because nobody's perfect, nobody's righteous, you know, but God, man. It's none good but God. But He's gonna look at us like, you know what I mean? We get that badge from the Most High, man, because we endured. I mean, that's why He said endure till the end. I mean, because selling out ain't doing it, man. A lot of our people sold out, man. I mean, As far as you Negroes out here, man. And what I say is like, I mean, what this selling out get us, man? I mean, what this selling out get you over the years, man? It ain't get you nowhere. I mean, all these people that sold, I mean, sold each other out. You know what I mean? Sold each other out like movement wise. Yeah, you got a little bit of money, but how long did that money last you? That money ain't last you for generations, man. That money probably just lasted your lifetime, man. But you gave up a freaking, you know what I mean? You sold your people over so other people could conquer them for generations and generations to come. I mean, and then now your family is being freaking stricken with poverty and stuff like that. Oh yeah, but you got money that lasted your lifetime. I mean, yeah, man. That's all I wanted to go off on, man. I mean, these police are being paid off. I mean, that's why they I mean, they participate in it too, man. They're everywhere, man. I mean, they follow you everywhere they go. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And another thing too, you know, with the spoof, I get a lot of spoof phone calls, and I believe, you know what I mean, somebody told me that's done pretty much, you know what I mean, pinning your location, you know what I mean, when they do that. I don't know. Or receiving data from your you know what I mean, your cell phone whenever they you know, they call your phone or something like that. I mean, crap never happened before. You know what I mean? But you know, like, to all the people that, you know what I mean, and I ain't even talking about, I'm talking about, you know what I mean, family member wise here. I ain't talking about the wicked, man. The wicked gonna get theirs. You niggas that sold me in, man, into this, you know what I mean, I hope that what you got was worth it, man. I hope that the trinkets that you receive, I hope it was I hope you enjoy it, man. You know, that's what I want to say. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you yeah, I hope you enjoy it, man. I hope you have I hope the Most High bless you with whatever you were given, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Enjoy your time, man. You know what I mean? And they know who they all know who I'm talking to. You know what I mean? Because like I said, first is the season of celebration and mocking and laughter. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna have your moment of clarity. You know, in judgment, man. So I hope you can endure, man. All praises to the Most High, man. I'm out, man. Let me know.